Well, good morning to you. No, this is not my house. I'm visiting with some friends, and it's 7:30 on Wednesday, uh, April 17th, 2024. I don't have at my house I have that big clock on top of my fridge that tells the day and the date. Is it morning or evening or afternoon, before sunrise, after sunset, blah, 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 all that kind of stuff. So it's easy. I just look up and there's all the information. But my watch, it just says Wednesday 17, and I had to think for a minute, what month is this? So you might hear that big sound in the background. No, they do not have an espresso coffee maker. Y'all, sometimes it's any port in a storm. It's one of these Keurig coffee makers. Now, here's the thing. A lot of people have told me that while they drink the Nespresso coffee, their spouse or roommate or maybe a friend that comes over frequently doesn't like it. They're accustomed to stuff like the Keurig. So let's see here. All right, first of all, I've learned after a few days that it's going to need sweetener, okay? So first off, I'm going to put in my sweeteners. And then, oh, happy days, they have half and half. So I'm going to give a nice, probably more than I need, but this coffee, to me, needs some doctoring up. I mean, I appreciate it that there's coffee here at all, Okay, so let's see, what do? I put this in. Okay, here we go. It's lit up. Now, it does have a button on it that says strong. I always push that, and okay, there we go. So it's going to drizzle the coffee into my cup. Okay, come on, coffee. And, I've gotten used to it. Well, more or less. When you have something over a period of time, you do have a tendency to become accustomed to it. I'll give it a swoosh around here. Well, I guess a spoon would work better, wouldn't it? Okay. So, I wouldn't say I'm enjoying my coffee experience the way I usually do, but it's okay. Like I said, I'm thankful for coffee at all. Yeah, haven't put on any lipstick yet. If you see anything weird in my hair or anything creeping around, this morning I was helping feed the horses, and I stood downwind when I threw the hay over the fence and got a shower of it. I leaned over when I was done and, swooshed my fingers around in my hair, and it was like a snowfall of hay coming out. So, anyway, so one of the wonderful things here is this is out in the country. There's a lot of birds, and you know how I am about birds. So, two great egrets and a little blue heron were flying in towards the pond. But I had a dog out there with me, a sort of barky kind of dog. And, oh goodness. As usual, I'm living dangerously here. Woo! There's all these different settings on the machine for, what size cup. And thank heavens I didn't choose a bigger size. So, put that over there. I'll bring this over here. One thing I will say is it makes a really hot cup of coffee, which is nice. So anyway, I'm out there and I see the egrets and the heron flying into the pond, but I think maybe they heard the dog barking. Because this dog does run around the pond sometimes and barks at them and scares them away. So they landed up in some very tall pine trees. I mean, really tall ones. And I was trying to find them after they landed. I saw them land, and then I looked away to see had any landed by the water, and I looked back up, and I couldn't find them. I knew they were still there because my peripheral vision would have shown me if they had flown off. And I thought, wow, you know what? If I had some kind of superpower, I think that it would to be able to fly, because those things, well, they just blended in. It was interesting because the blue-gray color of the little blue heron just kind of fit in with the leaves and the shadows on them and stuff. And the great egret, which is all white, because there's spaces, where the light comes through the clumps of leaves on trees and the sky shows through. Well, the egret's white just looked like a patch of sky, with, the light coming through the leaves. And I thought, that is so awesome because, they just blend in. And I thought, well, what would my name be? I'd want to be able to fly someplace, to get away from danger and be able to be camouflaged and, hide when I land. And I was thinking, well, camo girl. No, not a girl. Camo woman. I don't know. I tend to think of, Wonder Woman or something, So I thought, how about Camo Gal? It's Camo Gal. And of course, I don't know that I would wear military camo. I would have some sort of, it would be more advanced than that. It would be like, one of those fabrics that kind of changes color with the light. Nah, I wouldn't want to be Chameleon Gal. And I couldn't think of a nice word, for an older woman. The only thing that comes to mind is spinster, negative things, crone, hag, oh my goodness. But I think gal does it very nicely. Well, anyhow, so let me go ahead and take a taste of this. Now, it reminds me of years ago going out for coffee with friends. But back then we'd go to places like maybe Shoney's or, even a Waffle House for that matter. There weren't coffee houses or, fancy coffee places like there are now. If you went someplace, you asked for coffee, you got a cup of coffee. That was it. The only possible choices were regular or decaf. And some places didn't even have decaf. So that was like a relatively new thing to have that available. And most places you would get brewed coffee, but some places they'd give you some instant coffee. So times have changed. But the flavor reminds me of that. All right, so it brings back memories. Got caffeine in it. Doesn't taste that bad. But no offense to you people who like coffee out of the Keurig or to my hosts. Different strokes for different folks, right? But like I said, I'm glad to have some kind of coffee. Okay, well, look, I hope you have a great day. And I don't know, I'll talk to you again soon, okay? Oh, let me turn this off.